All right, so this is going to be a quick video about my experience with Japanese classics. Long story short, it was a great experience. I looked them up maybe 2 to 3 years ago. I was thinking about getting a Skyline, but I have an S2000 right there that's covered up, pretty much useless at this point. I got a little kid, but we need more space. I fly radio control airplanes, we ride bikes, and there's no space in the S2000. And I have a Lancer also, but I needed something bigger, and I didn't want something that everybody else has, so I got the Pajero. Long story short, I'm into radio control cars also, and I have a little radio control car Pajero, which got me interested in the real one. Anyway, getting back to Japanese classics, I found them maybe 2 to 4 years ago. I was looking at a Skyline, but because I had the S2000, I didn't want to buy another sports car. Cut forward a few years later, which is December. I was in Vegas on a little vacation. This car turned up. They lowered it by like $1,000 when I was already looking at it. So of course I had to jump on it, and I did. But the experience was great. I had to drive to Virginia from Jersey. I got there, I was greeted earlier than the appointment, which was cool. They didn't make a fuss about it. They just literally took me in and helped me. They showed me around. I got to see a bunch of beautiful cars, and their inventory is always changing. They'll tell you that the inventory always changes. But of course, I went there to pick up my Pajero. Looking at it on the website, it looked very clean. The engine bay I was very impressed with. But obviously, seeing the car in person, there's going to be a few things that you're like, oh, I didn't see that in the picture. Fortunately, it wasn't much of that going on. Like the car, yeah, I saw a couple of marks on the paint, but of course, they did disclose that the paint is, they said the paint was fine, and it was more than fine actually. But I picked it up. I'm gonna show it to you guys in a little bit, just so, you can compare the photos. You can probably still find it on Japanese Classics. It's already been sold, obviously. But you'll be able to see the pictures and compare it to what I actually have here. I would just post the pictures, but I don't know if I'm allowed to do that on a video, but just go check it out. Maybe I'll put a link down below. So you can compare what the pictures look like and what the car actually looks like. I have washed it. It has rained and snowed. So I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys while it was still relatively clean. It looks like it's drizzling now, so I'll try and get this done quick. But yeah, enough of my talking. We'll show you the outside, and then we'll get back in here. All right, so here's the front. As you can see, it's pretty clean. I did wash it. Looking at the fog lights, the chrome, a little bit to be desired there. I did kind of clean it up a little bit. The plastics are a little brown, but I can clean that easily. Chrome down at the bottom is not too bad, but the underneath, really clean. As you can see, everything is black. Very minimal, if any, surface rust anywhere. Here's a nice fenders. I think the fenders might have been repainted at some point. I did see some overspray, but it looks good. Wheel wells look awesome. Again, if we take a look underneath, you can see everything's nice and black and shiny. Have not washed the underneath. Did go through snow. A couple of stains there. You can see some tape marks. I guess they taped up the keyholes there. I need to get some paint correction done there. And the intercooler turbo decal is faded. I may want to replace that with either OEM or aftermarket. Don't know yet. Little Mitsubishi logo. The chrome is good on the left side. I did notice on the right side, there's a couple of little red spots. I can probably get rid of that with a polish. I did spend 20 bucks on that cover there for the tires on Amazon. And this is the only rusted part on the car, is literally this exhaust pipe. That's as bad, that's the worst. And it's just surface rust. So you can see everything else looks perfect. This car is very well maintained for its age. Plastics are good. You can see the paint is nice and glossy. And this is after a rain. And again, there is more tape stuff there and a little bit of corrosion from water falling, I guess. And this is the top of the car. It's a little bit wet. And the sunroof, overall very good. And it did come with the stock mats here, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to probably store them. Supposedly they're worth something, but there's the seats, which I don't use. The back seats, I've yet to take them out. You got the 10 disc changer here, which is bolted in. This is just a battery I have there from a car I pulled out. Get rid of that later. And it's got this little light that you can plug into the outlet there, which is awesome. I thought that was a nice feature. You get the speakers, you get the fold down cup holders there for the rear seats. This is all the hinge work here. As you can see, no rust either. And one nice surprise was unscrewing this little cover here and finding out this right here completely intact. Look at that. I'm sure it's worth something. I don't know, maybe not. Close it right back up. This is the interior in the rear. Only showing you one side. Got the floor mats there. They don't go over the hump, the stock ones do. Overall very clean, very 90s looking. Cloth is in good shape. A lot of space back there. You do get the controls for the rear. Just a very nice touch. Again, not beat up at all. And this is the passenger side. It's got the wood trim. I'm not big on the wood trim. I kind of wish it wasn't there, but now that it's there, I don't mind it too much. But it is getting old. Some of it's peeling. And that's interior. And of course the hood scoop. Let's take a look at the motor itself. The motor, very clean. It's a little bit dusty now since I've been using it, but when I got it, it was literally so clean you can probably eat off of it. No rust. I mean, the bolts are all in great shape. Nothing's out of place. It seems completely unmodified. I think they might have replaced that radiator cap. The batteries look brand new. Okay, they also did put brand new tires, if you didn't notice already when I got the car. But the batteries are new. Intercooler's in great shape. Overall, very happy with motor. And these are the lights. The headlights are nice and clear. The fog lights work, although they're not as bright as you would think they are, but I mean, they work, which is cool. All right, so we're back in the interior. As far as the stuff I had to fix when I first got it, probably not. Actually, I did. This switch here, which is very common for this switch to go bad. I know you can resolder the points. What happens is there's like a little chipboard, and it has these through, I forgot what they're called, like where the wires go through the board itself, and then they get soldered on. Well, it had like ring cracks around, and of course, when there's a crack, there's no, what do you call it, contact. So I didn't have the mirrors work, and I figured it was, before I knew about that, I thought it was just maybe the fuse or something. But then when I was showing my father the things that do and don't work, and I ended up hitting this button, and all of a sudden the window folded, and then that's it. That's the only time I ever did it. So I figured it was just something with the contact. So I resoldered it. It worked for like a second. The only thing that didn't work is the passenger side mirror wouldn't fold in. Everything else was working, and I believe also the down for the passenger side to go down. So I scrounged the internet. I found a brand new OEM switch. It was $70. I said, you know what? I love the car. I'll pay the $70. Very expensive for a switch, but everything works now, except the passenger folding. So that's probably something with the contacts. Those are also known for going bad. But that side does close. I'll show you that. So you'll see that folds in. The other one did not. I don't really need folding mirrors, so it's not that big of a deal. Just leave it alone. So that's really the only thing I had to fix. As far as changes I've made, I've put a dash cam. Since right now it is insured, but I kind of want to get better insurance where like it actually covers the car. Right now, I just used it to get on the road. Anyway, I got it there just, you know, for myself, for safety. I don't drive like a maniac anyway with this thing. I also got this mount here for my phone and also for GPS duties. All the gauges here do work. Let me see if I can get it going. Right, they all work, except, well, I guess this, I don't know, I don't even know if this works. I don't know how it's supposed to work. It does move, I just don't know what the deal is with that. This obviously works, it's floating in liquid, although these are known to leak all over your radio. This was working. It was acting a little weird. It was jumping. So I was pressing these buttons. I ended up hitting this, and then it started resetting or something. And I thought I messed it up. Turns out when you press that, you're supposed to do a full circle, and then it calibrates itself. Apparently it calibrated itself just from me driving. You can see the clock works. You can hear the air. Shut it off for now. I don't use cassettes at all. Good thing is this did come with a CD changer, and I was wondering what this wire was like chilling out over here. It turns out it's the wire for the CD. It says error. I think that's because I opened the door on it. I'll check that later, but you can turn it off. And to listen to it, I was going crazy pressing the CD button, trying to read the manual. It's all Japanese. It turns out that CD, and it was just pure coincidence, I happened to hit one of these stations here, which is 76.6, and that's a station that the CD player plays through. You can actually see how that happens. So that was just pure coincidence. I mean, there was no reason for me to even be on that station, but I think if we turn it on, see? So that breathing is a song from my band, so it's not porno or anything like that. But anyway, get this closed. Yeah, so we got that. Let me just turn this down. Now to go around that, so I can listen to stuff on my phone, I ended up getting this little Bluetooth thing off Amazon. I got a couple of different ones. I'll show you here where I keep all my crap. I ended up getting one that's smaller. It's not supposed to be a review for this stuff, but this lights up the same color as the orange, although I did find that maybe this one sounds a little bit better and just has a screen and all that, like a bigger screen. Anyway, you get the you know, the Super Select drive here, which you can select up to 62 miles an hour. It does have the power outlet here, which I use for the dash cam. It also has a power outlet here, obviously, and it came with a cigarette lighter, which was like amazing to me. And you also get the cup holders. The interior was really clean. No holes, no cigarette holes, nothing like that. Yeah, so everything clean. I did put new floor mats. I got them for like 30 bucks at AutoZone or whatever. They don't really match, but who cares? I didn't get the optional diff lock or anything like that. The only switches I have are this, which is supposed to be for the wiper heater or something, which I press. I don't really know what it does. It has something to do with the windshield. This is for the antenna. What are the switches do I have? The fog lights and something below here. I don't know what that's supposed to be. So this doesn't have all the options, but it's, you know, it's got everything I would possibly want. You got the these fold down sun visors, which are in great shape. These work. The only thing that doesn't work is the sunroof. I think it works. I'm afraid to try it. They told me it's a little tired. They said that it's just better if I leave it closed, so I am. Although on the back, it's not like raised all the way. It's like slightly pushed down. I don't know if you saw that earlier when I was showing you the top of the car. I kind of want to fix it. I think you can take this off, this little sign here, and you can crank it by hand. So I may do that. I may test it out. I don't want to do it now. And then you got the lights here. They work. You got the handles for everybody. You got the vents up top. And my camera is giving me notice that it's about to give up. So we'll check out the motor. So it is a diesel, right? So you do have to warm it up. It is cold out here. I'll put the degrees down there below somewhere. It's not as cold, but when I got it, it was really cold. But anyway, just to show you how it starts, this light right here, you just saw it shut off. That's the glow plug thing. Once that's there, you can start it. See, it was a little bump there in the in starting, but it started pretty quick. You can always just give it a little bit of gas too. It takes a little while to warm up, at least to show on the gauge there. All right, so let's go take a look at the motor and listen to it. Give it a little bit of gas here. It's not a big rever. It red lines at like 4,800, although you never want to really be driving it up there. Can I show you the thing here? The Super Select switch. You can change it. There you go. See, it blinks, and then when you start driving, it stops blinking. Let me put it back. I don't know too much about that yet, but I did use it once in the snow and it was amazing. But I think that's it, guys. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Great experience with Japanese classics, and just in love with this car. Like, I wouldn't hesitate buying another one or even buying a different type of car from the same place.